Esto es Mexico Property Insider, su principal fuente de noticias, actualizaciones del mercado, análisis legal e inversiones exclusivas en bienes raíces de México. Respaldado por 26 años de experiencia transfronteriza. Soy su anfitrión, broker y abogado Omar Chávez, el tiburón inmobiliario. Aquí iniciamos.
Hello, good afternoon. This transmission will be in English because a lot of people are asking me whether it's true or false that you can actually retire in Mexico with just your Social Security income benefits. So it's a very good question, and I hope that you like the answer because, in short, it's yes. And I'm going to explain you why and how. So, without any further ado, let's start our presentation. I'm going to start sharing this screen with you. Hold on 1 second. It's not. Okay, there you go. All right, so retiring on $2,084 a month. Basically, that's what is the most common benefit that Social Security is paying right now to retirees in the U.S. And the good news is that you can receive that income whether you live within the U.S. or in certain countries outside of the U.S. One of those countries is your neighbor to the south, which is Mexico, which is, as you should know, a beautiful, friendly, safe, and developing country, growing really, really fast, leapfrogging the U.S. in some respects, even, and with a great standard of living and with a beautiful scenery, both in terms of natural beauty as well as culture and gastronomy and the people. I mean, it's not just sand and beaches, which are great. It's jungle and deserts and mountains. I mean, there's everything in Mexico. So anyway, a standard of living comparison between the U.S. and Mexico, particularly, I'm gonna use the Riviera Maya, which is my specialty, Cancun and Riviera Maya, because I live here, I love it here, and I used to live in Miami for many, many years, and in California as well. But I think the standard of living down here is much, much higher for the same amount of money, especially if you earn a fixed income, especially if you're retired and you have no other income but your Social Security benefits. So let's start analyzing this situation. I'm going to say, let's see if I can move to the next slide. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the reality in the US, sadly, is that the average Social Security income, it's only about $2,000 a month, 2,084 gross. That's to be more specific, and that's 20 less than $25,000 a year in the U.S. That's not enough to survive. I mean, it's enough to survive, to subsist, but not to thrive. Certainly not to live comfortably, because you're living strictly on the average benefit, which puts you below the poverty line, and that's true in 99% of the territory. I mean, you can go to Western Samoa or the U.S. Virgin Islands, and maybe you can get a better deal, or move to the middle of Arkansas or maybe Nebraska, or Minneapolis, south of Minneapolis, because the city itself is expensive, maybe. But the weather is not too nice. There's not many people around. There's not enough medical services available, especially now there are some closures of rural health centers and clinics and hospitals because of the tax cuts and the budget cuts of recent it just happened recently, the big beautiful bill, right? Anyway, here is the comparison between, let's start with the Big Apple, New York City. There's a 26% increase. This is just the rental, the average rental price for a one-bedroom apartment. Okay, so we're not talking about a luxurious place to live. It's just a basic roof over your head. And right now it's about $3,100. That's so with just your Social Security income, you cannot live in New York, even though it's a beautiful city, right? New York. San Francisco, one of my favorite cities of the whole U.S. It's a beautiful town, really, but it's expensive. especially around Silicon Valley. The average cost in the whole area, that includes San Jose, San Francisco, Sunrise, and everything, uh, it went up 11% last year, and it's 2,900 for a one-bedroom unit, and it's not going to be pretty, believe me. And so again, you can't make it there. Let's move down to Boston. All right, to the East Coast, big the academic capital of the world, at least in the U.S. MIT, Harvard, big institutions of higher learning are there. Well, Boston went up 32% last year, and now it's sitting at $2,700 per month for renting a one-bedroom apartment. Uh, can't do it, all right? If you're just on Social Security. All right, let's go back to the West Coast, to San Jose. Nearby San Francisco, but a little bit less expensive. Uh, 13% increase year on year, and still about $2,400, 2,470 to be more specific. So no go. Then let's go the other way, all the way to Southeast, to Miami, Florida, where I lived for many, many years. I really love it there. I still have friends. I graduated from FIU, Florida International University. The main campus is in Miami, and that's where I went to college. And 34% increase year on year. So it's crazy. And the average one bedroom apartment, it's going for 2420, $2,400 plus. So with $2,000, you can't rent anything there. What about Washington D.C., or capital city of the U.S.? Uh, Always proud and beautiful. 13% increase in prices recently. It's almost there, 2220, $2,200, but still can't make it, right? How about L.A.? L.A. used to be the magnet for people of all kinds and backgrounds, people who wanted to work in the entertainment industry or in the hospitality business or in the technology sector, banking, performance arts. Well, it used to be affordable, but now with this 15% increase in prices as of recent uh, dates, it's sitting at 2190. So it's almost $2,200. Still no go, right? How about going a little bit south to San Diego? Beautiful beach, very close to Mexico, right? Great food, great golf courses, beautiful public infrastructure. Um, it went up 19% last year. So it's sitting at 2170, still above. Can make it there. How about Oakland? Let's go to uh, you know, the, the that time in the 1930s, the Dust Bowl, right? When everybody was going to Oakland, California, because it was affordable and there were jobs available and anybody could make it there. Well, it's 2,100, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment. It went up a little bit, only 5%, not much, but still, if you're making $2,000 a month and your rent is $2,100 a month, you're not going to be able to live there. How about Scottsdale, Arizona? It used to be a heaven for retirees because it was great weather. It was, great ambiance and very safe and secure. Small town vibes, and rents are very affordable. 700 $800 a month. Right now, it's sitting at 1950, almost $2,000. It went up a crazy 28% last year. So and I can keep on going and going, and you can check it out in Google or your favorite AI, Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, DeepSeek, and you're gonna see that the housing burden in the U.S. has increased so much that it's virtually impossible to retire and live under a roof on just your Social Security benefits. So, on average, 70% of all income is spent in housing. That's so crazy. It's sad, really. I mean, the U.S. used to be the land of opportunities. Something changed, and it's just not that it's not true anymore. Anyway, how about Mexico? Well, with the same amount of money. This is the beauty of it. You don't need to be making a lot more with just the Social Security average income benefit of 2,000. Let's close it at $2,000 to make it simple. In Mexico, equals about 40,000 pesos a month. Obviously, it changes on a day-to-day basis depending on the exchange rate, but it's about 40,000 pesos. So $2,084 a month on fixed income equals about 40,000 pesos. With that, your purchasing power increases dramatically. And you can have not only a roof over your head, but a very nice one. And the cost, the price, the monthly rent, luxury. We're talking nice, beautiful places from $600 to $900 a month. And we're talking by the beach, in the most expensive area of Mexico, the most the one that has experienced the highest capital gains in the whole country. So I'm not even going to mention other places with the much lower prices. So you can make it if you can make it in Cancun and Riviera Maya with $600 to $900 a month rent, which you can. I can help you and my whole team. It's awesome because you're gonna have disposable income. So why retire in Cancun and Riviera Maya? First, because of real estate values, you can invest in luxury condos at a fraction of what the cost will be in the U.S. In a similar, property. With the proximity to the sea or beachfront or beachside, or within walking distance to the ocean, to the beach. You can enjoy modern amenities. You may think that Mexico is behind, but no, not really. We have in some areas leapfrog the U.S. and we're on par with Luxembourg and China and Japan. So don't believe everything you see in the movies. Come and see for yourself. So it's a beautiful place. You have a lot of amenities and swimming pools. World, I cannot say enough how beautiful and clean and safe are beautiful beaches here in Cancun and Riviera Maya. World class. I mean, bar none. And while you get all these benefits while staying within your budget. Secondly, you got premium healthcare. You can, have access to private insurance in Mexico. You can see a specialist, a cardiologist, a neurologist, an orthopedic surgeon, whoever. That in the U.S. would take you a couple months and a lot of co-payments and a lot of begging for the HMO to approve you or the PPO or whatever, the insurance company. And here, private insurance, you can see a specialist in 10 minutes. And he actually gives you his WhatsApp number, his phone number. You can call him up and ask him anything. He looks you up in the eyes. It's strange for US, yeah, right? Because doctors in the US are so overloaded with work that they can't really look at you as a human being. You're just a number to them. They see you as a medical claim. That's what it is. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's sad. Anyway, and we do have a great public health system, which is basically free, really. I mean, you pay cents on it, and you have everything. No pre-existing conditions. It doesn't matter if you're diabetic, if you're epileptic, if you have cancer, if you have any kind of illness, as weird as it may be. We have the medicines and the treatments, the surgeries, and everything, and the prescriptions and the lab works and the CTI, scans and everything included for free. I'm gonna pause there so you let it sit in your brain, because I mean when I lived in the U.S. for 30 years, and I used to pay a lot for health insurance, and when I heard about the public option here in Mexico, I thought, oh, it's not good. Let me tell you, it's great. It's not good. It's better. It's the same as in the U.S. that you pay for here, but here's free basically, and it's either on par or actually better, because same technology, same medicines, same equipment, but better care, personal care. So it's great, and it's obviously a huge upgrade on your lifestyle, because with the surplus you have, I mean, with your Social Security income, not only are you going to be able to put a roof over your head and a beautiful roof at that, but also you're going to have disposable income. And with that, you can take care, either hire a maid to clean your room or your home or your apartment. You can travel domestically, both in Mexico and the US. You can, live a more relaxed, stress-free reality, enjoying the Caribbean Sea, the Mexican Caribbean Sea, which is the most beautiful in the world. So it's three big reasons why. Now, how can you secure your retirement strategy? Well, I'm a broker and a lawyer. I'm dual licensed, but I've been working in both Mexico and the U.S. since 1999. So it's more than 26 years of experience now. And so I have created I call it a 27-point legal protection protocol, which is like an armor, a legal armor that that makes sure that you invest safely and securely in Mexico. So those are my numbers in Mexico. Country code, plus 52, 55, 55 4274 3639. In the U.S., it's plus one if you're in another country. 657-345-8889. And I'll be glad to, handle your phone calls personally, or better yet, send me a WhatsApp message. If you don't know what WhatsApp is, you're behind the times, but you can look it up on Google and download it, put it in your phone. It's a great way to communicate because not only can you talk, you can also send videos, you can do lives, video calls, you can send layouts and pictures and maps and locations, everything. Much better than a regular phone call. And it's free. You can call anywhere in the world. And so that's what most people in Mexico use. That's one of the areas where we are, more advanced than the US. And that's my email, omar.chavez@expmexico.mx. EXP, as you should know, is the largest brokerage in the world in terms of sales and commissions and the money we save our clients. So we're 90,000 agents in 32 countries so far. Our aim is to go to 1 million agents in 100 countries. So we are already number one. We want to keep on growing as we are. Anyway, those are two of my websites. I have several of them, and they're available in English, Spanish, and French. The first one is my name, omarchavez.com. My second one is my main team, which is eXp Realty, rivieramaya.com, of which I am a co-founder and CEO. And if you scan that QR that you see right there, it should actually take you to my booking page. So you can actually see the dates and times that you prefer. And if you see the button available, just click on it, put your name and your number, and we're set. You're gonna get through with your phone, either through WhatsApp or through a text message or through email. The link to join a video call, totally free of cost. As we are buyers agents, we do not charge you nothing ever. So we take care of all your needs, and our legal duty is, your protection. And if we don't do it, I'm not going to risk my license, either of my licenses, just to make a quick sale. So we're going to make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for within your budget, and that you can actually enjoy and live on it as a retiree. This is our executive team. That's me, when I dress up, and that's in the middle. It's Jacqueline Chavez. She used to be in the TV industry here in Mexico. She's a specialist in luxury properties and finance, and she's very happy to help anybody, even if you are buying or renting a property that is not luxury. She'll be glad to help as well. And she's one of our leaders, and she's my sister and my partner. And to the other side of her, it's Emmanuel Dubos. He is a French guy. He's from Paris, and right now he's there. And he takes care of international clients, particularly francophones, people who speak French. Even though he's trilingual, he speaks perfect English, perfect Spanish, and perfect French, of course, his native tongue. But he's bringing a lot of clients, high-ticket clients from France and Belgium and other places where French is spoken, even Vietnam, as well as the U.S. and as well as Canada, of course. And so that's the three people that we're responsible for the whole team. and we will take care of you. But we do have a team of many real estate professionals that will take care of all your needs, wants, and desires. So give us a call. We're just a phone call away. And again, think about it. If you are on a fixed income, if you're planning to retire, plan ahead and give us a call. Let's make a plan of when you're moving and find you the perfect location for you, either to buy because it's really affordable, or you can, if you have no capital at all, you have not savings, nothing, no 401k, nothing, just your social security income. We'll have you rent a place where you will live, happily ever after. So that's the end of our presentation. I thank you so much for being with us today, and I hope that you give us a call, book an appointment with us, and we'll be really happy to help you out. So this is the end of the transmission. My name is Omar Chavez. I'm a broker and a lawyer specializing in border transactions, especially here in Cancun and Riviera Maya, but also Mexico City, San Miguel de Allende, Ajijic, Puerto Vallarta, Los Cabos, Tijuana, and many other places, Querétaro, Oaxaca, you name it. Wherever you'd like to live or you're interested in, investigating and pursuing, we'll send you the best options, and we'll give you the best advice, because we don't care where you buy. We're not married to any developer or any property in particular. We are obligated to you and only you. And so our goal is to satisfy all your requirements and make sure that we get you your dream property, so you have your dream life that you deserve, because you already worked all your life. Whether you're 55 or 65, it's time for you to enjoy life, and the place to do it, if you don't have, or even if you have money, but especially if you don't have money, if you just have your social security income, this is the place to be. Don't sleep in your car or live, on the streets, or in a nursing home or something like that, where you can live your dream life down here in Cancun and Riviera Maya. Believe me, you will thank me for it, and I will be grateful to help you out. Without further ado, I'm going to end up this transmission. Thanking you for sharing, subscribing, and also reposting to other people. And whether you have any question, you may ask it here in any of our social networks, or you can book an appointment for free, or you can send me a WhatsApp message right here. The screen is backwards, right? So I'm still getting used to it. And if you scan that code, it goes directly to my WhatsApp, and I personally answer each and every call or each and every message I get. It's easier for me to reply to a message, because I can actually send you options so you can look at different opportunities that exist. I'm telling you, if you have 150K or 100K, even $40,000, you can still buy property in Mexico. It's unbelievable. And we're talking great properties, not an ugly place. But the sweet spot is within 150 and 250K. Then you get luxurious condos nearby, within walking distance to the beach. Everything around you. You can walk to the movie theater. You can walk and do your groceries. They're all organic. It's not like the U.S. where everything is, chemistry. And you're gonna be a lot happier, and you're gonna be safe, secure, and you're gonna enjoy the golden years, which should be the best ones in your life. So hoping to hear from you soon. My name is Omar Chavez. I'm your Tiburon Inmobiliario. I'm the shark in the real estate business here, but in the good terms, because I fight for you and I'll get you whatever you desire. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon. See you soon.